Hello there, people of the universe. My name is MichSciFi, and welcome to a brand new episode of Mike Reacts. Though you might have noticed by the introduction, it was a lot more serious, and if you listen to the background music playing right now, things are a lot more eerie. Now, the reason for this is because recently I've been taking interest in another passion of mine, and that is cryptids, giant monsters, monsters of the sea, monsters of land, and monsters of the skies. And I figured, you know what, it could be quite fun and maybe even educational to do a video on those. So that's why for this first episode of Mike Reacts, but at the same time, not first episode, by looking at the great king of the sea, the Megalodon. Now, the first experience humans ever had with Megalodon, or at least knowledge of their existence, was back in 70 AD when a Roman natural philosopher, Pliny the Elder, found a Megalodon tooth and actually theorised that it wasn't a tooth but instead a meteorite, as in a rock from outer space. Now, unfortunately, as cool as that theory is, it's far from the truth. But it wasn't until 1666 when Danish geologist Nicholas Steno was examining the carcass of a great white shark and he realised the meteorites looked like essentially giant shark teeth, which obviously is what it is. Now, if we expand on the word giant, how big could this motherfucker actually be? Well, on average it was 34 foot, but the largest a Megalodon could ever be was 60 feet. Much like spiders, the female was usually bigger than the male. Though, not like spiders, it wasn't 60 foot. I pray to God, because if a spider ever gets that big, then I'm making sure that lightsaber is real. Then again, they could be that size already. Australia. Now, if we get out of the spider web and go back into the ocean and get back on track, not only was the female bigger, but it also obviously weighed a lot more. A mature female could weigh up to 65 tons. Now, to put that into perspective, or at least as much as I can, I weigh 9 stone, give or take. So if we put a Meg's weight into stone, 65 tons is 10,235.7 stone. That's insane. That is honestly insane. But it wasn't just its body that was heavy and long, its teeth were also quite massive, obviously. The largest Megalodon tooth ever found was 6.9 inches. But if we stay serious, that is almost 3 times the size of a great white shark's tooth. I say serious, but I'm doing this, so maybe shouldn't do that. But yeah, seriously, maybe size does matter. Okay, so obviously it's got big chompers, big gnashers. But if that wasn't scary enough, the size of its mouth. Now, I've got a big mouth. There's no denying that. But a a Megalodon's mouth. The largest of its race could have a mouth span of over 6 feet. So it could easily swallow one MichSciFi. Thank God I don't have a trophy for big mouth. And thank God the Meg doesn't exist anymore, because if it did, and I did have a trophy, it would just take it easily. Probably eat it. And me. Let's move on. Okay, so I've made it pretty clear to you guys that this big bastard was exactly that. But let's move away from its size.
That's what she said. No time. But she did. No time!
And move on to its actual swimming habits. It wasn't exactly picky about where it would swim. It could be found from the deepest of oceans, obviously, to swampy lagoons, or even shallow coastal waters. So with that last one, I think we should be very glad that it's extinct. Now, furthermore to that information, fossils of the shark have been found in Europe, North America, Africa, and the land of giant spiders that is Australia, which makes my earlier joke even scarier. Or maybe not as scary, but definitely entertaining. Imagine a giant spider versus a... Well, no, it couldn't, because spiders can't go in the water, and sharks can't go on... Never mind. Now, while a Megalodon isn't going to be eating a giant spider anytime soon, it's still got plenty of food, because it is believed the Meg ate 2,500 pounds of food per day. So you know what, you at home, if you want to have one more burger, go for it, because you're way off the Meg's diet. They ate various types of whales, but to be fair, their size and speed made them the Randy Orton of the sea, meaning it was happy to snack on anything it could get a hold of. I'm not saying Randy Orton bites his opponents in the ring. I more meant because Randy Orton's nickname is the Apex Predator, and the Meg was the Apex... Now, one of the scariest facts about the Meg is that it had the strongest known bite of any animal. It had a bite force of 182,000 newtons. That is 10 times stronger than a T-Rex or a great white shark, which maybe isn't a great example because they're all big beasts. But to put it into perspective of humans, we have a bite force of 1,300 newtons. Holy hell. Now, as scary as all these facts are, and it certainly makes the ocean even more terrifying, it is believed the Meg went extinct 5.3 million years ago. And while reasons for this vary, one of the more popular reasons is actually, well, it might make you laugh, but the reason it went extinct was the same reason it was the king of the ocean. Its size. Great white sharks and other smaller creatures were just better equipped to deal with the evolution of the world back then. So, in this case, bigger wasn't better. While my fantasy brain would love to believe it could still be lurking out there, it is more than likely it isn't. Not in even the deepest of trenches. The largest known animal today is the blue whale, which isn't even a predator. Though, while we're staying in the boundaries of science, we have explored more of the moon than we have the ocean. So let's not rule out the once king of the sea just yet. Because I was looking at a video the other day about how big the ocean actually is and what the deepest known life form is. And with how deep it is in the deepest of trenches like the Mariana Trench, I don't want to discount science, but there's got to be a chance. There's got to be. But alas, that is why I'm going to leave this video here. That is all the research and information I compiled on the once great king of the sea, the Megalodon. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was entertaining and maybe even educational. I really enjoyed this. I hope you guys did too, as I say. And to be honest, if you did and there are any other creatures, real or mythical, that you want me to look into, let me know. I'd be happy to. I want to do one on the Kraken. Maybe... ooh, what other ones? We could look at Godzilla, Kong, Ghidorah, but again, it depends on how entertaining it would be to research into mythical creatures. I don't know. I think maybe real would be better, but again, I don't know. You guys can let me know, and yeah, thank you guys for watching. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
I'm a living legend. You ain't heard yet, you not get the message. From the moment that I'm stepping in, I get a couple weapons. Yeah, I turn to a beast when I'm rapping. I'm a living legend.